Hi, friends. I'm Christiana Gaudet. I am your tarot fairy godmother. I am here live on my YouTube channel a little earlier than usual. I think we're going to make this time switch rather than doing the Tarot Topics weekly newsletter recap at 5 on Thursdays. We're going to try it at noon. And, I do try to keep to this schedule. I'm going to warn you in advance. Typically, tomorrow, Friday, we would do the weekly wrap-up at noon, and Saturday, the Saturday Psychic Sampler at 12:30. I'm not sure. The next 2 days are going to be a little weird on my schedule, so I'll let you know as soon as I know. But pretty much guaranteed, unless, God willing or the creek don't rise, I'll be back here Monday, 9:30 a.m. with your 3-card weekly reading. Now, tonight, we have an event. Tonight we will be doing our global tarot circle. That means we meet together live for an hour. We share readings with each other. We learn something new about tarot. If there is anything that you, Karen says, so you did change the time. I thought I was losing it. Yeah, I did. Sometimes scheduling just requires that, and I thank you so much for your flexibility. Karen's over on the West Coast, so that was probably her favorite one. The 5 o'clock one was probably the one she liked best, so I do apologize. But again, tonight, 7 o'clock, we'll spend an hour together for Global Tarot Circle. If there's anything specifically you'd like to talk about, in terms of a particular card or something you'd like to learn about tarot, go ahead and put it in the comments here and we'll do it. But I hope you do join us this evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Really looking forward to seeing you there. Let me say hi to some of the people there. Smile Soul 20, nice to see you. Almost always first in line. You are awesome that way. And from what I understand, we have a date in May, don't we? I'm looking forward to that. Samantha, Kim, Karen, Arna, Marion, so happy to see you all. Do you want to talk about certification, Samantha? Man, we could talk a lot about certification. I will definitely put that on the list. Abso-freaking-lutely. Yes, it's a great question. All right, so this is our Tarot Topics weekly newsletter recap. Have you yet had a chance to read the newsletter? Do you subscribe to the newsletter? If you haven't read it, or if you'd like to subscribe, all you have to do is go to my website, tarotbychristiana.com. Tarot Topics comes into your inbox every Wednesday. Every Wednesday we do a different topic. And I picked, what felt like a really silly topic for this week. But it turned out it's kind of deep. The topic I picked was flowers. I swear to goodness, flowers, right? Why did I pick that topic? So we're planning my daughter's wedding and we were thinking about flowers. It's spring. And okay, I live in Florida where there are 4 seasons of flowers. Hallelujah. I love flowers. But I really like the spring flowers. And I had just sent flowers to my mother-in-law for Easter. So flowers were on my mind, and I started to think about the spiritual implication of flowers. I mean, even since the 1800s, there has been the language of flowers. And that's, if you send someone a yellow rose, it means something different than if you send them a red rose or a pink rose, that kind of thing. But there's more to it than that. We all did, maybe not all, but a lot of us did divination with flowers, right? He loves me not. Or the seeds on the hands where you bounce them up and down, and however many are left after 7 bounces is the number of kids you're going to have. Even twisting an apple stem, saying the alphabet, and where it breaks off is the first letter of the first name of the person you're going to marry. Right? I mean, that's all just like silly kid stuff, but it's all divination with plant life that we just sort of did and taught each other to do and did very naturally. Did you do things like that? Did you do any kind of plant life divination? Let us know. Go ahead and chat in, right? And there are, even in our grown-up life, there are all kinds of plant and flower divinations that can be done. And if you look at a lot of different tarot decks, I was thinking, what is a tarot deck that does not include flowers? Even Marseille, you can see floral stuff in the pip cards. Even Orbifold, if you look at the images, many of them look like flowers, really. Even something as simple as Mystic Mondays, look at that top cup. It's got a flower in it. Just about every tarot deck has some kind of flowers or foliage. And I was looking through my weight deck and I was thinking, okay, let me find a card that does not have some kind of flowers or foliage. And the only one I could find was the Ten of Swords. And I think in that, the absence of the plant life says everything, right? So I think you can do a lot of divination simply based on the flowers that you see in the cards. I also think that just as you're walking around in your life, you can do like the world oracle of plant life. What are the flowers you see? Either literally live flowers that you see, or even what you see, like my dress sort of has flowers on it. The images of flowers. And what do they make you think of? And what do they make you feel? I think we can constantly be doing plant life divination every day in our lives. And I wonder how that can guide us. Karen says, I love the topic. Absolutely did plant life divination. Oh, I love it. My question is, how can I use the power of flowers to help me heal? Yes, yes, yes. You are on it. You are like always so good at coming up with questions. Marion says, when I was little, we used to peel apples and throw that on the ground and read the shapes of the peel. Oh, that is so good. I love that. So yeah, Karen's on it. I am willing to do any kind of reading that somehow, that somehow works with the concept of flowers. Nalini is here showing us an icon of a flower. So good. A flower emoji. That's wonderful. So if you tell me your favorite flower, I'll tell you something about you. If you have a question like Karen does, how can I use the power of flowers? Or work with me here. If you want to know how you can blossom in your career, that'll work. I realize it's a tough topic to work with. But you know what else? Very often in mediumship, our loved ones who have passed on give us symbols of flowers. I have seen this so often where the image is of flowers and a particular kind of flower. So I think those in spirit will speak to us through flowers. So if you can come up with a question, I will try to come up with an answer. Karen wants to know how she can use the power of flowers in her healing. And first and foremost, just to cheer you and to recognize that you are worth it. I really feel like buying flowers or having flowers around you would be really good just to remind you of your own beauty and that you are worth having flowers. Do you know what I mean? I think it's good for the self-esteem. I also feel like as spring comes, if you wanted to cultivate some flowers, if you had time to do some gardening, I think just having that peace and that quiet, working with the earth would be very, very good for you, very grounding for you. I also feel like you might want to look into the Bach flower essences, that there might be something there for you that would help with your healing. So those are some thoughts there. Samantha, my flower is a sterling silver. I don't even know that flower. That's so funny. I'm going to have to look that up. That's so cool. But so I'm just going to pull a card about that and see what it says. Honestly, I think you can use that flower to inspire your creativity and to help you find power and strength. Nalini loves carnations, and what I'm going to say to that is, the great thing about a carnation is it's like all petals. There's so many petals, and they come in so many different colors, and they're inexpensive, which is a wonderful thing. So you can always have carnations. And I think from that, Nalini, I think that your flower teaches you that there is always a way. There's always an avenue. There's always a way to create. There's always a way to live. There's always a way forward. Oh, Samantha, it's a type of rose. That's so cool. Oh, and Aisha likes the dual color carnation. To me, that speaks entirely of your creativity. I would also say, though, Aisha, if you are doing any kind of work to manifest a particular future, something that you wanted in the future, having a carnation or some carnations with you when you do that manifestation work would increase your power in that way. Absolutely. Okay, any other questions, any other readings we can do, any other comments here? Again, please do remember to subscribe to the newsletter. Go to my website, tarotbychristiana.com, and subscribe. While you're there, you can also book a reading with me if you like. Okay. Marion, my favorite flowers are daisies. I don't really like overly fussy flowers. I love that E. Cummings poem that ends with the line, "I thank heaven someone is crazy enough to give me a daisy." I always think about that when I think about daisies. And, when I think about that for you, Marion, I feel like the image of a daisy and daisies themselves can be very, very healing for you and can increase your ability to build community. One thing to think about the daisy structure is it's many petals around a center. And so to really use that energy to build community is what shows up there for me. So I want to remind you that I do have a Zoom class coming up. You can get tickets for that when you go to my website, tarotbychristiana.com. And just go to the events. And the class is coming up on April 22nd, the Tarot Flow Workshop. Or if you pronounce it the other way, the Tarot Flow Workshop. That's kind of fun too, right? What it is a workshop in all of the pieces, all of the things we need to do to be able to give readings that are really in the zone, where you're really in the flow. So I'd love you to join me for that. I am planning on being back here at some point tomorrow for the Friday weekly wrap-up. As I said, I'm not quite sure on my schedule tomorrow, so it may not be at the usual noon time, and there that is. But I do hope that you all join us this evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Time for Global Tarot Circle. I will really look forward to seeing you there. And I do want to remind you, I am available for readings by phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, Zoom, you name it, we'll do it. You can reach out. You go to my website and you get my phone number. You can text me, you can email me, or you can also schedule directly right there. I want to thank you all so much for being here. Please remember to like this video. And if you have not already subscribed, please do subscribe. Thank you all so much. I'll see you soon. Take care.